Baptized in Easter, our beloved friends and powers. Beautiful that they are not there with us. So the church chooses in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th Sundays of Lent. If you have catechumens, Fr.Remigo who are prepared for baptism, the church chooses these readings. Today, the Samaritan woman, why? Because in this passage, Jesus is presented like the living water. The living water. And that connects with the baptism. Gives you new life, eternal life, life of heaven. I want to ask you the following. Who loves coffee here? I know. Okay. Who loves football? Yeah. Who loves cheesesteaks? Who loves mountain? Love mountain? Your man? Who loves Jesus? Have you seen that I use the same word for all of them? So you love, when you love cheesesteak, it's the same as you love mom. You think your mom's going to be, use the same word, right? So you love, just as you love football or the Eagles, you love Jesus, right? It's okay. Both you love. It's an issue. You and me have a lot of desires and a lot of loves, and we all call them love. Love coffee and love Jesus. There's something that is interesting. A human being, you and me, have been created with a lot of desires, and all of them are good. All of them are good. Desire for fun, desire for everything, for food and for joy and friends, all of them. But the only issue is that they have been created and given to us in a hierarchy, in an order of priorities. Otherwise, we're going to be pulled in different directions and we become scattered and restless. If you imagine a pyramid, a visible pyramid right now, you will see that in the foundation you have the physical desires. And I want to rest, and I want to feel strong, and I like when I do some sports, and I like what's the hormone that you feel? But you like that feeling, physical desire, strength. But you also then have, like if you go upper in the pyramid, you have more psychological desires. So you like to understand things, and you like affection, and you like entertainment, fun, and new things. And you like music, and you like dancing, and you like whatever. But then you feel that there's something else. If you go higher in the pyramid of desires, you feel some of those who have been placed for infinity. That they're longing for not material and immediate satisfactions, but for something that has no limits, points beyond creation. That's a realm not of the psyche, but of the spirit. You are a spiritual being. Every human being is a spiritual being because it has those desires for infinity, which are more properly called longings. The order of the human person and the peace of the human person is when they not repress the desires of the body or the psyche, but when they subordinate them and you order them. It's not about repressing. It's not about stoicism. It's not about Buddhism. No, we're Christians. And Jesus was eagerly desiring many things. And Jesus eagerly desired in the Last Supper to celebrate that Passover with his friends. It's not Buddhism. It's the beauty of Christianity. Saying yes to your desires. But in order, in this beautiful subordination. I want to center right now on that tip of the pyramid, your spirit. That's the most important thing because you have something there. You have been created with some desires that you don't know what will satisfy. Outside this church, in the streets, many people are not Christians. Or maybe are, but they don't practice and they don't know. They don't know what they're looking for. And I still haven't found what I'm looking for. I have climbed highest mountains. I have run through the fields only to be with you. Only to be burning desire to express his desires for the transcendence. It's not for a girl. And if you see the video clip, he's walking with his band in Las Vegas, in the casinos, in all this materialistic world. And this song was composed from the depth of his spirit, pointing towards infinity, the transcendence of creation, the Creator, the only source will quench that mysterious, enigmatic desire for I don't know what. Till we don't touch that deep and mysterious desire, we will be restless. St. Augustine says, "You made us for yourself, O Lord, and I am restless until I rest in you." I am restless until I rest in you. In this passage, Jesus with the Samaritan woman, Jesus decided to cross to Samaria, but the Jewish never crossed to Samaria because they had a religion that was contaminated. So John, Peter, James said, "Jesus, we're going to cross to Samaria. No way. Those are impure people." And Jesus says, "Yes, we have to." They pass. Jesus sits down at the well, knowing that this woman was coming at that time, at noon, where nobody else went for water, because she was an outcast. She was ashamed to be seen by others. She felt rejected, lonely. Something on her back was weighing her down. Jesus looked at her and starts the conversation. "I thirst. Would you give me a drink of water?" Jesus immediately shows himself as the one who is thirsty for all eternity, saying, "I desired you into existence. I desired you into existence." The woman immediately, "What? How can you and Jews talk to me about water? How can you ask me for a drink?" Immediately she puts a social barrier. "I am a sinful person. How can you speak to me? Nobody likes me. Nobody loves me." Jesus says, if you knew the gift of God, if you knew the goodness of the one who is speaking to you, the one who came thirsty for you to sit down at this well. And the woman said, "What are you talking? What kind of water will you give me?" Jesus says, if you drink from this water, you will thirst again. If you drink from your water of your fun and the things of this world, you will remain thirsty. But if you drink from the water that I will give you will never thirst again. It will become in you a spring of living water, welling up to eternity. Whoa! Eternity. What is Jesus doing? He's jumping from the level of the physical water into the spiritual waters. She's touching the deep longings that she's blocking. She's running away from God like you and me many times. Getting numb to your deepest desires. Blocking yourself from the inner self. From that beautiful spot where God is calling you. Saying, "I thirst for you. I thirst for you. I am passionate with you." God has an eros desire. Has a passion for you. Why do you think God, the Father, sent Jesus into the world? Because God cannot live in heaven without you. Because Jesus is in the cross having a passion for you. Getting to that spot, to that point of crazy love, of mad love, to take you to heaven, to take you to His home, to make you as joyful as He is. She's thirsty. The woman immediately starts to feel a different kind of gaze, a different kind of love. And she says, "Okay, give me the water." But Jesus says, "Perfect, I will give it to you, but go and call your husband." "I don't have a husband." "You said the truth. You had 5 husbands. The one you have is not your husband." Immediately that woman felt seen. But Jesus looked at her, not to judge her, not to condemn her, but with a gentle, loving, warm gaze of the divine physician. When the womb is exposed and you need to be seen. And today, these brothers and sisters who are going to become Catholic are going to do the first prayer of scrutiny. That means they're going to allow Jesus to see their wounds, their dryness, their thirst for water, living water. He wants you to expose those 5 constructs. What is it that is distracting you? What is it that makes you restless? Jesus says this to her. The woman immediately changes and says, "I know that the Messiah is coming." She's now asking about spiritual things. Before that she was not. Before she was challenging, how can you speak to me? And now she's disarmed because she's being touched in the depth of her hunger. You are hungry. The world is hungry, but running away. The Lord perforce the walls, penetrates everything. The woman says, the Messiah is coming. Jesus looked at her in silence and says, I, the one who is talking with you right now in this present, eternal present moment, is He. I am He on the side. I came for you. The passion of God came for me. I cannot stand my life without it. This is the good news. This is the gospel. Your desire for God has been born from the intensity of His desire for you. What brought you into this church is His desire for you. Mine and your desire for intimacy with Him is just an echo, a reflection, a response to His passion. Just say yes, surrender. Let your dryness, the desert, be transformed with water, the living water, the eternal life.